Hey everybody on YouTube, how you doing? It's been a few days since I updated. Thought I'd give you a little update on some stuff that happened the last time I did a video. I think I told you that my in-laws were coming into town, and they did. We had an entire weekend together. I'm exhausted, even though this is Wednesday, and they went home Monday. We didn't see them off. We spent Thursday night together, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all day together. But I had a blast. I'll get into that a little bit later. Today is August 4th. We've rolled into August since my last video, and I wanted to tell you that my consult is uh, 15 days away with the surgeon. So I have 15 minutes, 2 weeks in a day. Until I get to talk to the surgeon about when my consult is. My Aunt Lynn is also going for surgery, which I was not aware of. I had sent her an email, and we've talked a lot about surgeries over the past, I don't know, 5 years maybe, and she's still in South Carolina while I'm here in Oklahoma. Excuse me. Anyway, I sent her an email and I told her, I said, guess what? I now have insurance again that covers this gastric surgery, and I've been approved. And I go for my consult on the 19th. Well, she sent me an email back and told me that on the 19th she's going to Tijuana to have a lap band procedure done on herself. And I'm so excited for her. I think that's great. I've told you before in another video that I come from a plus-size family. We've struggled. My entire family has struggled with weight for as long as I can remember. My grandmother was always conscious of any extra pounds, and she wasn't overly weight. She was overweight, but she wasn't overly weight. My mother was plus size. I don't remember a day until the last years of her life that she was ever thin, and she was thin because of complications due to surgery because of a cancer and a tumor that she had. That eventually took her. My aunt has been overweight. I'm overweight. I have another aunt who's not biologically connected to the Suitor line at all, and she had gastric bypass many years ago when it was a new procedure. And from what I understand, I haven't talked to her in years, but from what I understand, it was life-threatening and she almost died. Procedures for this have greatly increased. There's still a risk, of course. Any surgery, there's a risk if you go under, but they have improved these surgeries enough now that the majority of people who get them live through them and lead successful, happy, healthy lives. So congratulations, Aunt Lynn, on your surgery on the 19th, the same day I go for my consult. We are walking hand in hand, I guess, in this adventure, and I just want to send my well wishes out to you ahead of time so that you know that I'll be watching you. You'll be my closest vision of what to happen, even though our procedures will probably be different. I'm going for gastric sleeve while you're going for the band, but the weight loss should be similar. I also want to tell the world a little bit about my Aunt Lynn and the reason why she plays a big, important role in my life. About 5 years ago, maybe, yeah, it was about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. It might have been 6. I was over at my aunt's house, and we were talking about weight, and there's a place inside of you often that you go to when you're plus size where you are in denial. And I was in denial about myself. I had not looked at myself in a full-length mirror in years because I didn't like the fat. So I only looked at myself from chest up, and that was it. So when I looked down, I saw some fat, but I didn't see anything like the rest of the world sees. So we're talking about weight, my Aunt Lynn and I, and she says something, you're morbidly obese. And I was caught off guard by that statement. I was like, what do you mean I'm morbidly obese? thinking, there's no way I'm morbidly obese. I'm fat. I'm not that fat. And I had to really go inside myself and admit to myself that I really was morbidly obese. She was correct. I took a look at myself in a full-length mirror about, I guess, a week later, because that statement had bugged me to the point that it made me re-examine my own vision of myself. And when I looked in that full-length mirror, I was shocked at what I saw. I was, to me, way more than morbidly obese. I was not extremely obese. I was not 600 pounds or more. I wasn't even 300 pounds at that point. But I was, and am, to this current day, still morbidly obese. And morbidly obese is not healthy. And I wanted to say thank you to my Aunt Lynn, who looked at me with honest eyes and told me the truth. Because it's what has propelled me to the point that I want to be healthy. I had been living in denial for so long, I didn't even realize how unhealthy I was. I didn't even understand that. So, thank you, Aunt Lynn, for at least being honest with me and telling me what you saw and the reality of my situation, which I'm trying to get taken care of sometime in the next 3, 4, 5 months. Again, congratulations on your surgery, and I wish you the best on that. Back to the in-laws. My in-laws came into town. We went out. I announced to them about my surgery. I've not been quiet about this at all. I've talked about it on my blog. I talk about it on this video blogging. I've told my friends. I have a Facebook account where I go on there and I talk about what I've done and who knows, and everybody at my church knows. And so I decided the last people who were important to tell, because I don't have any parents of my own here anymore. My mom passed away and I've never known my dad. I decided to tell my in-laws. And when I announced it, I had kind of a quiet reaction. I wasn't expecting that. I was sort of offset by that. It was a little bit scary, to be honest with you. I didn't know how to interpret what they were thinking in their head. The quietness made me think that they were in disapproval, and I guess they were in shock. I didn't realize that I hadn't discussed this. I've been talking about it with everybody, and I thought for sure they would have known, because I know my mother-in-law is connected to my Facebook account, so I didn't know why she wouldn't have understood that. But if she didn't see any of those posts, I guess she didn't. But anyway, so the day that I announced it, I was a little offset by their reaction, thinking that it was more negative. The next day, we were talking about it again, and I said the reason why I wanted to do it was for me, because I wanted to be healthy, and I need to be healthy, and I want to do this so that I can see my son grow up and not die and have a heart attack or a stroke or anything. So their reaction the next day was a little bit more positive. I guess they had to swallow the news. Sorry. But this is something I want to do, and I felt like I needed to have all the support that I could get while I was on this venture and this route, and I have theirs now, which is good, because I'm going to probably need to hear the encouragement, or at least get really good healthy recipes from my mother-in-law. She's real skinny. She said that when she was younger, she was plus size. That was really hard for me to believe, because she's skinny like my husband. My husband has a little tummy, but that's only because of the way I cooked for him in the past. We celebrated when they were here my husband adopting my son. I want to make sure I make a point for that. My son is now a Williamson, no longer Carmichael. He is Daniel Allen Williamson legally, and forever and ever, unless he ever changes his name on his own. The next day after Daniel had been adopted, was his 16th birthday. So I have a 16-year-old who just had his name changed from Carmichael to Williamson, and I'm pretty proud of my kid. I think that was pretty awesome. In the next few days, I'll be having an anniversary, 4-year anniversary of my husband. He's the best man I could have ever been married to, and I love him to death. Craig, I love you. You know I do. may we have many, 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 many more years together as a couple. And I think this surgery will be helpful in that area so that we can share more of our lives together than we already have. I'm running out of time. I gotta go. I just want to tell you, Facebook people, YouTubers, to stay connected to me because there's great things coming. Have a great day. Bye.